Morning everyone. On the lemon today. Mug of tea, woolly hat. It's the first chilly morning of the year really. Well, since summer. A heat wave. I think what we're going to do today is get more fuel. Because more fuel means we can get more boost, and more boost means we can blow stuff up. So, since the last episode, we've welded that, so there was a connection at halfway, just below that horrible throttle sensor, which we'd love to move inside the car, but it's not going to happen before action day. This is all kind of some work in progress, but also fast forwarding it, because we're going on track. Now, we found some improvements in the interim. The MAF is now functioning, and we managed to control things a lot better. I say we, not me, the mapper, the guy that plays with the ECU. I'm just the brawn. Yeah. But we're trying to control some temps as well. Now, intercooler later on down the line, we will fit a different shaped, better cooling for the front end. But just to help things, obviously the hot air comes from the turbo, goes down to the intercooler, chill, comes back into intake. In the interim, all the hot air comes through and heats up this pipe. So we've just wrapped it. Quite bad. It's my first attempt at this stuff. It's not too expensive really, and it's kind of self-adhesive, which is handy. It looks cool. It doesn't really go with the old, subtle theme, but should do the trick quite nicely. Got no sensors to tell me whether that's scientifically actually going to help, but we'll do it anyway. The other thing we noticed is we're almost out of fuel pump. Now this fuel pump, get a light on it. So this fuel pump is looking a bit grotty, but it's an R70 and had a new fuel control on the end, and was a refurbished unit when I bought it. It was quite expensive. Probably one of the most expensive parts of this build actually, one single piece. Probably, other than the injectors. We're not out of injector, it doesn't seem, which is pretty cool. We do have a spurious 70 volts on 2 injectors. We might throw another loom on it today, just over the top, to see if it's the loom, and maybe try another ECU, just to see if it's ECU, because 70 volts isn't right. Should be 80 on all of them. And we're going to do a fuel pump change. So, other than going like completely different design of fuel pump on the end of the cam, which this head doesn't allow, you are limited a little bit. Most fuel pumps these days are going to the cam-driven stuff. But we have here an R80 fuel pump. Now this is off a GM car, so I'll let you all work out what that is. But after the, not me, another chap was doing a bunch of eBaying, like what looked about right, he plumped for an R70. It was absolutely destroyed inside, but it gave us opportunity to have a look. We believe they fit. So I went for an R80, which is a bigger fuel pump. R65 is the standard one on the 90 horsepower stuff. R70 comes on everything bigger, the 2.2. This was a refurbished unit, so this was sort of as good as it got from the factory. This is an R80. So we've given it a lick of paint because that makes it obviously much better, and today we're going to switch it over. So we'll get the cover off here, we'll get the engine close to time, we'll lock this pulley, we won't hopefully have to touch all the rest of the belts because that's a pig, and switch this out and see if she fits. I blooming hope so. I really blooming hope so. I'm hoping that the fuel out here will get close enough to use that line, and the only thing we need to change is the plug. We have a plug to change out for that, that's fine, and I just need to confirm which is in and out on this. I've now forgotten, so I might have to look for some googling pictures for that. I actually can't remember if this one is the return and this one is the feed. No idea, so better check on that. edges out. Grotty down there, isn't it? Clean that up at some point. But not today. So immediately the first issue with fitment has become apparent. So as you can see, shafts look fine, etc. But on the bigger pump, we have kind of these bigger heads sticking out. And I think the top one and the side one's fine, but the rear one is going to be an issue. And the reason that's going to be an issue is this sits almost flush with the edge of the cradle. In fact, sort of almost you can see scrape marks down the bottom there, where it's been rubbing, right there, as you've sort of been getting in and out. So I need a big hole there, so we'll measure up and we'll try and mark out where that needs to be, that hole, and drill a hole without trying to drill in the block. I don't really want to take the cradle out if I can help it. We will if we have to. I don't want to, but we'll soon find out. So there's our little relief down there. I've been quite happy actually with it, because I thought I'd have to go straight to the bracing, because there's some sort of extra bracing behind it in the casting, but it goes straight between the two. So there's a bracing there, and there's a bracing that just goes there, and there's a bracing there. So I'm quite pleased with that. It looks nice and neat. It's a bit bigger than we need, but obviously that helps slot it in. So let's put the new pump in, shall we? Fits. Slight adjustment on fuel pipe, couple of adjustments, but it's in. Physically, fuel pipe's already in, primed up, not leaking. She cranks over, she coughs, but I think she needs some calibration, and I need to check just the polarity of these two wires. I don't think it actually matters, but before I wire it in properly. So wait for ECU boy to come over, blub, 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 on the calibration, and see what happens, and see what it likes, see what it doesn't like. Let's just hope it's not a bad pump. It came from a running car, so hopefully it should run. In the meantime, you've seen the golden pipes there. We also found that the brackets I had made many a moon ago are broken, so we're going to renew those now. Got some alloy plate. Let's remove those, measure up, replicate, bolt in. We might put some nice riv nuts back there as well, that'd be quite cool. And some stainless nuts, because those are just disgusting. So let's get that done next, I think. Okay, so there's the new one, and there's our old one. Both alloy, but the one alloy is designed to be bent and stay strong, and the one isn't. So that one should be nice and strong. Got some nice stainless hardware on there too. I would like to put a riv nut in there, but I can't get the tooling in there. So this front bumper, probably the next episode, will be coming off for a new one. So we'll sort that out then. At a later stage, we will be running a different intercooler, slightly lower with single pass rather than twin pass, but I haven't got the time before action day for that. I'm going to focus on the Mini, but these brackets do need replacing. So let's show you how I do the other one. First, going to whip it off. So let's do that first. Whip it off, not whip it out. All these lovely bits of rust in the bumper from grinding away at it. Oh well, this bumper is designed for bumper heaven, that's for sure. Right, well there's half the bracket. It wasn't originally in two pieces. Get our beast in. Right, spanner on the back. Should be a nut in there somewhere. Come on, baby. Come on, where are you? You're in there somewhere. There she is. Sweet. Okay. Let's take that to the bench. We've got our pieces, so it might break, but I'm to get the right length. Just going to flatten that out. That's the side that's sheared, and then we've got our length. So measure our length. Our length is 140 mil. So let's go and cut that out. Mil. Get the old gears nice, protected. sheared off piece on the bracket. We have our reference point for our second hole. We will punch again. Basically just match that on the holes. Angles are good. First, we just dropped, it's bent the other bracket. It's got some droop. She tight. Started by hand. Kind of good thing the grill, isn't it, to be honest? I'd have to take the bumper off for this. Not good use of my tools. You scared him with your ugly face. Your pretty face. That's fine. She's dissing up people. And pigs and food, you can't get between us. Come on. She's caught. That's fine. Let's bend this bumper. Get this on. Yeah! Sweet. She's in. Nice. Nice upgrade. Sweet. Okay, lunchtime.